Welcome back to Fun and Review News. Tonight's main story is a semi-happy one. Today, after many years, a joint effort between China and the United States has paid off, as the first person to step foot into the wasteland once known as North Korea since the end of the war has finally happened. For those of us too young to remember, back in the 50s, as you may have learned, was the start of the Korean War between the Communist North and the Democratic South. As tensions stayed at a boiling pace and desperation set in, along with anti-war feelings in the United States, North Korean leadership thought a show of force and destruction would make such feelings stronger and force the United States to pull its troops from South Korea, giving the North freedom to move in and unify under the oppressive regime. Their plan was simple: launch an attack or weapon against the United States territories. They followed through with this plan by attacking Guam first with troops, then with air power and missiles. With so many civilians dead and North Korea so happily accepting responsibility for the act. However, it had the reverse effect from what they wanted. China and Russia, whom the United States had thought were helping North Korea, were forced to take a step back as they knew the backlash for openly siding with killing civilians. After seeing all this, even the die-hard anti-war people suddenly were all for teaching a lesson to the North Koreans, and after another attempt to harm an ally, the president gave the order to cross the 38th parallel, thereby invading North Korea. The Chinese still wished to help in order to keep a buffer between them and countries with more capitalist ideals, but still did not condone North Korea's attack on civilian populations. So instead of sending troops alone, they had made a deal with the Soviet Union allies to store a small number of nuclear weapons within North Korea, in hopes that it would deter any more fighting, and thought that they would be able to keep the North Korean leadership under control. They were sadly mistaken, as once the North Korean slave labor force had finished building the silos for storage, and the equipment was installed, the North wished to test their new weapon and teach both South Korea and America a lesson for fighting them in the first place, and launched. With subpar knowledge and how to use the state-of-the-art equipment for the time, the weapons were deployed, but detonated too soon, causing North Korea to effectively nuke it themselves. There was no time to evacuate, as the blasts, followed by the radiation, killed everything within the country and a small radius around it. China and the United States, seeing the dangers, quickly set aside their differences and began trying to stop the spread of the radiation. Some ideas worked out better than others, but in time, the two countries were able to come up with a way to keep the surrounding area from becoming any more irradiated, and begin to work together to come up with a way to enter that now forbidden land to see the devastation firsthand and explore what was left. Here, ladies and gentlemen, in this desolate, lifeless area, in this land where angels fear to tread, is a long-lasting monument to humanity's sins and what could happen if those who hold war and hate above everything else are left unchecked. At the time, the people of North Korea could not speak out against what they seen as wrong or defend themselves with their speech due to their freedoms to do so being taken away by those who hated or even feared dissenting viewpoints, claiming those who spoke out against them were fascist dogs or capitalist pigs, and deserved punishment, imprisonment, or death, but not the right to speak. This, hell on earth, is a testament to many things, and a warning of what humanity could do to itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this historic night. Hold your friends and loved ones near, and let us hope this sight is not to be witnessed anywhere else ever again.